My name is Mitchell Wadzanayi SAMUNDERU. I come from Zimbabwe and I'm working in the Ministry of Health under the laboratory department. I'm a medical lab scientist and I work at a hospital called United Bulawayo Hospitals. Yeah, it's a central hospital. So I work in the laboratory, in the medical lab. So I got the opportunity of coming to the embryology training through Ministry of Health. Currently in Zimbabwe, we don't have a government institution which is catering for infertility cases. I'm coming from a government setup, so in the government we don't have an option for people that are infertile, but we do have a private setup. It's fairly new and it's fairly expensive. So people who are infertile, they really don't have many options when it comes to infertility issues. And for embryologists, we have one, but still in the private sector. And then for the gynecologist, I know of one from the Ministry of Health that was trained under the Merck Foundation. So far, it's still a challenge. Infertility cases is still a challenge, and a lot has to be done so that we can elevate the problems. So in Zimbabwe, we don't have a lot of, we don't have a IVF facility, and people don't know about the technology. People don't actually know about it, like how it's done and everything. So there is need for awareness for the treatment option for infertility. Most infertile couples, they tend to not to have a lot of options or treatment options for them, and there are a lot of stigmatization against women who cannot have babies, and mostly the blame goes to the women because there is no awareness in male infertility, and to realize that there is a 40% chance from both of the couples, 40% chance for the male side and 40% chance from the female side. So most people in the cultural side, they tend to believe that it's the women that are the cause of the infertility. And even if they are diagnosed with infertility, there are no treatment option that they can have. They really don't have options. There is a lot of stigmatization against women when it comes to infertility, and when a person is married, they're expected to bear a child. So if they don't bear a child, the thing is they are usually divorced and they are sent back to their family. Or if they are not sent back to their family, it's either the husband will be having extramarital affairs or they will have another family. So everyone will be blaming them, especially their in-laws. Like from the father's side, people don't think they are enough. They think they are damaged, or there is a lot of perceptions that are and a lot of prejudice against these women. And usually most of them, they end up getting divorced, and people kind of outcast them because they cannot have babies, and relationships tend to break because of that. Okay. So our government needs to have an awareness so that people won't stigmatize infertile women. Like, people have to know that there is a chance from both sides. Both parties are involved, either the male or the female. And it's not really about the women only, but both parties are involved in this situation. And the government should try to set up, if they can try to set up IVF centers to help in the treatment of these patients, and also to help in the management of the patients. And it also goes to more training in gynecologists and also in the medical lab scientists that can become the embryologists, and to try to set up a clinic that will be affordable, so that even the general population that are infertile can actually afford to go there, and they can actually have treatment. Okay, so the training here at Manipal was one of the best. Their technologies are fairly competitive comparing to the world. It's one of the best in India, and it has all the the technologies that are important right now for the progression of IVF, they were able to be met. And I feel very confident onwards when I go back to my country to be able to do IVF. And then, but I'll also need mentorship so that I can be more confident. When I go back to Zimbabwe, I'll try to look for funding from the government, try to make sure they try to give us space, they try to buy equipment for us so that we can start the IVF. And currently we have tried to source all the equipment that is needed to see all the resources that we may need as a country so that we can progress for this. And the progression is to be done in a sense of urgency, because IVF will be really important to the general public. So I would like to thank the Ministry of Zimbabwe through the government of Zimbabwe for giving us a platform as medical lab scientists to be able to embark in this venture, and also for the Merck Foundation for considering our countries and giving us this opportunity to have an infertility IVF training, because in our countries there is no fertility options. There is no fertility options for people that are infertile. So I would like to thank the Merck Foundation for everything, for giving us this opportunity. Thank you for everything. Zimbabwe.